Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. What's going on, guys? Now, word to my brethren in, let's see where, Toronto, Canada. Shout out to Toronto, Canada. Now, in an interesting turn of events, one of the, I would say a mainstay at in the smaller weight classes, a guy that's, I would venture to say a Hall of Famer. If you really know the small weight classes like that, I think he's a Hall of Famer. But Katsunari Takayama out of Osawa, or is that how you say it? Osawa? Where is it? Osaka, my bad. Osaka, Japan. Dude's been world champion for many years. Katsunari Takayama, if you guys don't know who this man is, he's held every version of the minimum weight title, excluding the WBA. He's held every version of he's held the WBC, the IBF, and the WBO minimum weight titles. In the case of the WBO and the IBF titles, he's held them twice. So he's been a 5-time champion at minimum weight. That's where he's campaigned his whole career, and that's in my opinion, when I talk Roman Gonzalez and his resume, I think that's one of his top 4 or 5 best wins. Just because Takayama, even after Gonzalez beat him rather soundly, he went on. He was still a good fighter. In his last fight against Rico Cano, he picked up the WBA title once again. So, Takayama, in my opinion, is should be a Hall of Famer, and he's been a mainstay at the small weight classes for a number of years. But in a report that I found on Reddit.com, on Reddit, if you guys don't go on Reddit, it's a good place to get boxing info, as stuff's posted there from all over the world. So this website called Asian Boxing Info, and I've been on here before because they do post a lot of the stuff about the Japanese fighters that I do find. It's reported by them that Takayama is retiring from his professional boxing career. But he's not even just doing that. Rather than just retiring altogether, Takayama has decided not only that will he be retiring from professional boxing, but that he will pursue the 2020 Olympics, which happen to be taking place in Tokyo. So as you guys know, the Olympics, I believe it was, the last Olympics, which was last year, they actually passed a rule where professional boxers can't enter the Olympics. So you had a couple guys that that were notable names competing in the Olympics last year. None of them medaled, but Hassan Nadam was was an Olympian last year, and Amnat Ruanrong was also another Olympian. And those are two of the notable names that kind of stick out in my head that were Olympians. So Takayama's gonna go the same route, and I think for him it's one of those things where it's in Japan. And it's always a cool thing to compete for your country. So that's what it is. Now, Takayama is going to have a lot of time to adapt to the amateur boxing rules. And for those of you who may not be familiar with amateur boxing, how it works, it is very different than the professional ranks. It's not really as much about hurting your opponent rather than just landing shots. So that's why you see a lot of guys who come from countries that produce great amateur fighters or have great amateur programs. Like you look at Cuba, you look at Russia. A lot of these countries produce really good amateur fighters, but particularly the Cubans. Sometimes they have a hard time adjusting to the pro style because their styles are very amateurish and they're labeled as boring. But it does take some time to get used to, and it's going to be interesting to see because a lot of the times we see guys have a hard time making that adjustment from amateur to pro. But how about going from pro to amateur? That has to be a tough adjustment within itself. So we'll see what happens, man. I'm looking forward to seeing years and years from now when Takayama is able to qualify for the Olympics and get in there. How he does, because he's a good fighter, and right now he's 33 years old. So by the time that those Olympics roll around, he'll be pushing about 36, 37, fighting them young boys. Not an easy task at all. So we'll see what happens. But let me know what you guys think. Katsunari Takayama officially retires from boxing, 5-time world minimum weight champion. Definitely one of the better small fighter we've seen in the last couple of years, in the last generation or so. So shout out to him. Best of luck to him with his Olympic aspirations, and leave your comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, and you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys.